We have this ongoing build series in The Sims 4 on this channel where we take a home or an apartment and we renovate it using a random color and aesthetic, which we know can be difficult because aesthetics usually have certain colors associated with them. So when we're forced to take something random, sometimes we nail the aesthetic, sometimes we end up with something completely new and different. And I have not yet renovated any of the new Sims 4 Lovestruck apartments. There are two of them that come in this world. We're going to be renovating the smaller one. And here's what the apartment looks like as it is. Listen, for a regular old pre-made EA apartment, it's not bad. It features a rooftop patio, there's a ladder to get up there, we've got a picnic table, a barbecue, even a little garden, but I wouldn't mind adding a little bit more to the exterior. And plus, look at these views, I mean, come on. And here's the layout on the interior. We're not going to be changing anything about this. I actually quite like this layout. So we've got the entry right here. We also have an elevator. We're gonna have to keep that for functionality for the apartment, but I like this style that came with the elevators for Lovestruck. Then we enter into the apartment through this hallway, and to the left we have like a kitchen, dining, and living room area. Oh, and because it's Lovestruck, we have a tiny little bar. I think when we renovate, I like to make the kitchen a little bit bigger. We'll change around the positioning of things in here a little bit, but still. Then coming across the hallway, we have a tiny bathroom, and I mean tiny. All we have in here for now is a toilet and a sink, no mirror, no toilet paper. So we'll definitely be adding a little more stuff going on in there. Then we have a tiny little office. This could be a bedroom. We could keep it as an office or a skill room or something. We'll see what aesthetic we end up getting. And then coming across the hall, we have the main bedroom. It is a pretty decently sized bedroom, and attached to it, we have an ensuite bathroom. And this bathroom to me makes up for the other one because I love this walk-in shower idea. And it's something that I always forget because this door is located in like the door category, and when it comes to making a shower, I always forget about it. So we're gonna actually keep that feature, and maybe we'll expand on it a little bit, but for now, without knowing the aesthetic, that's the plan. So coming over to the wheels, this is the wheel of aesthetics. I kind of just went through my Pinterest feed right now and my TikTok feed and just gathered a bunch of aesthetics that were showing up a lot. And then here are the colors that we're going to be using. These are all from the color filter in The Sims 4. So let's go ahead and spin first for an aesthetic, and we're going to be doing gothic romance. I'm excited. And for the color, we're going to be doing white. Kind of the opposite of what I was thinking. So coming over to Pinterest, looking up gothic romance aesthetic, this is what comes up. Is giving fantasy, dark academia, castle core a little. It makes me think of vampires, definitely. If I'm being honest, this is a aesthetic that I'm very familiar with in books. I've got one too many gothic romance books on my shelf right now. Not seeing a whole lot of white, but what if we renovated our apartment for a vampire bride? All right, so back to our apartment. First thing we're gonna do is take this sledgehammer and we are going to click and drag to delete everything on the lot, except for, you know, the walls. We'll get rid of this stuff, and I'm also gonna delete this random roofing piece because I don't think we need it. And we'll get rid of this garden too, so I can replace it, and I think I wanna make it more full. I'm gonna set my color filter to white, and let's go ahead and find some wallpaper. I was thinking brick, like something like this. We'll change up the half wall paint, and for my ladder, I'll change it to this one from high school years with the plants. First thing we're going to do is replace our windows and doors. And when we think of Gothic architecture as a whole in general, it is very detailed. From the windows to the doors to the roof, the columns, the spires, literally all of this is detailed, every inch. And luckily, we've got The Sims 4 Life and Death. So this is the door I'm going to be using. And what about for windows? I really think that we're going to be using Life and Death a lot in this build. Obviously, it just fits what we're doing here. And for columns, ooh, we need that elevator. I'll be honest, I never use elevators, and I do like the Lovestruck one. I just don't know if I like the gold in it. Not really the vibe we're going for. So I think I'm just gonna try and keep it simple looking. I guess we'll use this one from Discover University, and we are for sure adding a thick trim on this. Oh, we could use this one from Vampires. This trim is trying to jump all over the place, excuse me. That made such a change already, and I'm also thinking about changing this half wall, like maybe to a fence. I don't think we should properly roof it because looking around, none of the other apartment buildings have like any kind of roof, and this is already gonna look so random from the rest of it. So we could add some of these llama gargoyles. This is from the castle kit, and there are also these. I'm kind of liking how that looks. I wonder how this would look going along the entire thing, although I don't know if this spacing will work. I think I'd have to shrink them down down, and we'll just bring these little llamas with us. I don't know, what do we think? I think I'll leave it like that for a second. Maybe it would help if we got rid of the half walls. We'll just wait on it for a sec. We'll let it marinate. Regardless, we should keep adding our windows, so I'm just gonna keep bringing these through. We'll probably have to adjust these once we go inside anyway, but for now, we'll just add them in. And okay, we have our windows and doors. We need to start doing some landscaping and adding things around, because right now it's looking a little crazy that we've got this style of apartment on top of a modern building. But I mean, sometimes you do see that kind of architecture where the builder has left part of the older building and maybe built something modern on top of it, and sometimes I think it can look kind of cool, so that's gonna be the vibe we're going for. I'm also adding in some more garden spaces, so I'm gonna just take this dirt flooring and I'll add that in. And I know we have a lot of white flowers to work with, and since it's meant to be gothic romance, we're gonna be adding quite a few of them. We could even add the little cats and dogs tree back here and have a shaded space. I also like using these shrubs from cats and dogs. Also, since we are adding greenery right now, I did want to mention we're not just doing like a solid color challenge. You're gonna see different colors added in for details, although it won't be a whole lot of other colors added. The main color does still have to be white. Whenever I do this challenge, it has to be like the main color, the main focus of the entire build. But if we stray a little bit, that's okay too. Flashback to when I had to do a gray acid pixie house. Yeah, acid pixie, the rainbow aesthetic in gray. Okay, so we have a nice full garden happening here. I do have to change this. We have this beautiful gate from Vampires, but it's kind of big, a little too obnoxious for this lot. We could use this one from Strangerville and then just add two of them together. Hello? What the heck? Okay, there we go. And then I'll just replace this smaller part of the fence right here with that from Strangerville. All right, now we need to start to add some of our activities for the patio and the rooftop, but we have to keep in mind that we are building for vampires, so we're gonna want some nighttime activities. They don't want to be out in the sun. This is not a tragedy, or maybe it is, but it won't be my fault. So I'm adding a telescope. They had a telescope up here before. I feel like it was a cute little addition, and we'll add a pergola on top, but I don't think I'm thinking any of these ones. There's one from, I think, the Riviera Retreat Kit. Oh yeah, this one, the Romeo and Juliet Arbor. Well, guess it is a tragedy, and luckily it comes in white. I don't know if I want to do this one with the curtains or the one with the vines. I think the vines are really pretty. Maybe we'll do that, and then I'll just push the telescope out a little bit. Do you think we could hang a chandelier up here? Hold on, let's change this to night. I'm gonna try and add in this one from Life and Death. It'll be poking out a little bit, but I feel like it kind of just blends into that top part. And then we have the chandelier there, but also the lighting from Life and Death will be really pretty, like these torches. We could add some small lanterns hanging around. I also really love just sticking these love struck candles everywhere. We're gonna see so many candles on the inside and the outside of this build, so may as well just start adding them now. And then we also need a rug. I want to add some pillows and some chairs out here. Ooh, the storybook kit. We could add this rug. There are some black and white pillows we can use. I don't want to use too many of them. We could also add these like outdoorsy kind of chairs. And now we have a really pretty rooftop area. The only requirements we need for this lot are the elevator, mailbox, and trash chute. So I just went ahead and added those things. A regular old trash can worked out just fine. And let me just add in more of this Life and Death lighting. I don't know if I'm gonna add much in this outdoor space. I was thinking just a small bistro sort of dining table, and I'll use those same chairs we used upstairs. And then in the garden, I was thinking about the statues from Vampires. I think they'll totally work with this aesthetic. In nighttime, they also look a little creepy. And we'll also check out Romantic Garden because I know they also have some statues we can add in. Oh, we can also add the fountain from Vampires. We could add this from Romantic Garden in the corner, and we should probably add some graves, like at least one, right? Okay, fine, maybe two. I think I'm gonna add the fairy lights also from Life and Death. What else can they do at night? We could do a fire pit. I'll just add a few chairs around. And I want to add something from Love Struck out here. I was thinking we add the blanket, like the picnic blanket. You can actually stargaze on here, so they could come out here at night if they wanted to. We'll make it cute with all the candles around. We can add a stone bench from Life and Death, maybe another one near the front. And you know what? I think I'm gonna replace my llamas with these gargoyles from Vampires. All right, so here we have our renovated gothic romance apartment exterior in white. Again, totally different than the rest of the building, but I kind of like it. I feel like people in this city would be questioning, and like rumors would go around like who lives up there. But here it is. I think it's so pretty, especially at night with all the lights. There are tons of cute nighttime spaces to hang out. I also added those little fountains over to the left. We have our picnic blanket, but now we're ready to go inside. So first thing I'm going to do is add in some some lighting so we can see what we're doing, and delete the trim that came in my house, and move my windows. And next, I think we should replace some of the doors. I'm not changing any of this layout. I actually really like it. And leading into this room, we're gonna use these vampires archways. I've always thought those were so beautiful. They're so detailed. And for the doors, I'm going straight to life and death. We're gonna add these in. Again, they're just so intricate and beautiful. Oh, I don't think we actually need one at the end of the hallway. Nope, we don't. We'll put that in for the bathroom. And now for flooring and wallpaper. I think we'll do this one for the main hall. The flooring we can keep, and then going into the living room, I don't know, I think we'll end up playing around with this. Oh, I definitely want to use this one from Life and Death. It's so pretty with the birds. Base game also has some good options. We could use this for whatever room is over here. Still don't know yet. Also, this from High School Years could work for our bathroom. And for the other bathroom, we could also do some brick. And I'll just change that half wall right away. You know what? For the living room, I'm gonna do this one from Paranormal. All right, I think we're gonna start off with the hallway because I know that I want to take this chandelier and add that right when you walk in. And I feel like we're gonna have a big choice to make for the curtains. I don't know why, they just feel like a very important part of this. Like, we have these from vampires, and then we could add a vampire's couch right here. But again, a big issue that I'm already seeing is I don't want to end up with too much gray, which is going to be hard because I do think a lot of the items in this game have a gray tint to them just because of the lighting and stuff like that, but we'll try our best. So I just added in these columns. They're from the Castle Estate kit. At the end of the hall, we could add a nice big mirror. We can add a table underneath that, and we'll just raise this up on top. And let's add in some wall candles. These ones, of course, are from vampires. You'll see me going back and forth between live mode and build mode, changing the lighting quite frequently, just because, again, I don't want this to be too yellowy, but I also still want it to be moody. So maybe we'll aim for like this warm white. When you're doing an all white build, a lot of people tend to say they don't like it because it looks too hospital-y, which is something we obviously want to avoid. I'm adding a torch again near the front. I also want to add this end table from Get Together, and we'll do another fancy mirror on top of that. I also want to bring in a lot of plants and flowers into this build, hoping to keep them all white. And then I was also thinking about those flower petals from My Wedding Stories. I think I want to put those as my rug, but we can change it so that in the middle it's an actual base game hallway rug and not just the flower petals. And I'm actually thinking we change the curtains to the lace ones from Vintage Glamour. All right, so for now we have our hallway. Let's move from here into the living room slash kitchen. I think I'm gonna keep everything going along this wall, and we're definitely using the life and death counters. My oven will be this older looking one from Cottage Living, and then we'll use the life and death sink. I was thinking about doing an island right here, and I wanted to put something over top of it, like maybe a wedding arch just for decor, but what about this thing from Life and Death? That could be interesting, or we could also put it along this back wall and have it as sort of part of this back section, and then we stick mirrors behind, like these base game ones. Actually, the bistro kit mirrors look pretty good behind here too. Yeah, that's looking cute. Then we'll go in and add some clutter, some candlesticks obviously, and I was picturing the knife block. We'll just add that on there. And then I'm actually thinking that instead of the island, let's bring in a dining table, and we'll add in these life and death chairs. I'm definitely not picturing more than 2 people living here. I feel like it's just a couple probably, or even just our vampire bride and they invite their significant other over. So for now we have our kitchen and dining, and then coming over to the other side, I don't think we'll get a TV on this wall, but I was thinking about a fireplace, and then we just move these up. We'll add a vampire's chandelier, and then for curtains here, I think I'm just gonna add these ones. They're from the Desert Luxe kit. I just wanted to hide that wall space a little, and then I did also want to add a bookshelf. What about for couches? We could do this one from Life and Death, and we combine that with these base game chairs. And for a rug, we could also use this one from base game. I'm adding a vampire's lamp. I like these end tables from Get Together. We're gonna add that there. We can add these candles from Dine Out, and then I need to find a centerpiece for the fireplace. For some reason, I thought about this horse statue from City Living, and we just kind of like put him right on there. Or you know what? Never mind the horse. What about a literal gargoyle just perched right on top of our fireplace? Oh, before I forget, I wanted to add in the life and death clock, and we can also add in the gramophone. I got this from the Reaper's Rewards event. All right, so this is our living room plus our kitchen and dining. We have everything we need in here. I love this kitchen part back here with the bistro mirrors. Like looking at them from this angle when you can see the bookshelf in the background. It's just so pretty with these two. I feel like I'll use that again. And of course, we have our living room over to this side. All right, let's move from here. Let's go do this small bathroom. bathroom. We still have to change the flooring in this one and the other one, so I'm just gonna use the same tile they had in white. Since I'm not adjusting the size of this one, it still is just gonna be a toilet and sink, but I'm gonna give them the fancy one, and we'll use the marble sink from Life and Death. We could use the crystal mirror, maybe with this light from Get Together. I deleted the bigger light so it's a little more moody, and I feel like we should use this base game mirror instead. I do need some artwork. I've been avoiding it more in these other areas just because we have so much pattern happening, but we could definitely do something up here. Maybe I'll use these from Love Struck. And all we have to do to improve this room from the other is give them toilet paper and, you know, give them a couple towels. And I'm just gonna raise some candles on top of the sink. So there we go, that is our guest bathroom. And next we have this room. This was the room that was the office. What should we do in here? Ooh, what if we made it a nursery? I did mention this storybook kit earlier, and this aesthetic could work out, so maybe it's just like our gothic bride and her baby that live here. I like those get-together lights that we use, so I'm gonna bring some of those in here again. Whoa. And I also really like the storybook kit chair, like the rocking chair. I think it's so pretty, so maybe we'll just adjust this a tiny bit. Oh yeah, and you can add this over top. I also want to add the change table, and we'll use the vampire's chandelier in here too, but this one is so yellow toned. We'll just change that up a little. This room is super crammed, so I'm trying to be careful of spacing while including everything that I want in here. Like, I definitely still want the toy bin and this bookshelf. Oh wait, we also need one of the little bins. I'll just put that right in front like that. Ooh, what about for artwork? We use this from Paranormal. We can add some flowers on the shelf. I'm adding a light in the background, literally just trying to add a little more detail in an already pretty crammed room. So you know what, maybe we'll just leave it like this. We have a nursery. I feel like this could make a decent toddler room too once we can get rid of like the changing table and all that. But there we have a super pretty soft nursery, and then finally going in from here to the main bedroom. And while I was looking up inspiration for this interior, I came across this creator who literally has the gothic romantic aesthetic in white that we're looking for. Like, how pretty is this bedroom? It's so gorgeous, all the details. I'm so jealous, especially this bed. So we're gonna try and use some of this for inspiration. So for our bed, my first thought was obviously vampires, and then we could go in and add one of the canopies from Love Struck over top for like added detail. But if we do that, it might end up looking too dark. I think we can get a similar effect if we use this bed from Life and Death. And then I wanted to drape these curtains behind so we also get a bit of lace. So maybe I'll just squeeze this in, and then those curtains are just going to be peeking through like that. Then we could raise a mirror on top, and I wanted to add a Life and Death lantern hanging from there. Then I'll add my get-together dressers on the side. I'm adding a base game rug underneath. Oh, these candlesticks are really pretty too from vampires. So maybe we'll do those on that side, and then over here, Paranormal has like some occult clutter we could add in. We could use the skeleton keys for decor. We're getting a little too warm toned in here, so I'm just gonna change it up slightly. Wait, what if we put this over top of the bed too? We'll just have to move everything over a tiny bit, but then it kind of covers up the curtains that I had going over top. I'm bringing the curtains over to the side as well, and we still need a dresser. I obviously first thought of this one from vampires, but I do wish the gold wasn't on there. Like, if this was black detailing, it would be perfect. There is also this one though from base game, so I think I'll add that into this space right here. I'm bringing in these candles from My Wedding Stories. Oh, and I also wanted to include this cracked mirror from the basement kit. We could add some extra chairs beside that, and we can put this rug in front of it. We could add these from vampires as our artwork. That looks so pretty. And one thing we are lacking a little bit in here, I think, are skill items. So I was considering adding in an easel, just like this one over in the corner. I think I'm gonna add this stone ottoman at the end of the bed. And then I just need like one more thing for this wall. How about just some of these portraits? Oh, and these shelves, I totally forgot about these. We can add some of the crystals on top of these shelves. All right, so this is our gothic romantic white bedroom. I love all of the drapes and the curtains in this room, the candles. I wanted to make sure we added a lot of extra detail on the bed. I also wanted to add in some more flowers, so I sized up some all white cottage living flowers. We have our crystal shelves over there, and we're not done yet. We still have one final room to do, which is going to be the bathroom. So first we're gonna go and find that Love Struck glass shower door, and then may as well add in the matching shower head. And I would love to fit a bathtub right here. If we can get the Life and Death one in here and still fit everything else we need, oh yeah, we'll be fine. We can do toilet on this wall, and then we'll do Life and Death sink right here. And then I was also thinking about these shelves. These are from the Crystal Creations kit, and I feel like we could use these as our bathroom cabinets. Like, these open ones can go over to this side and we can add towels in them. Just raising up some base game towels towels so they sit right in that little shelf part. We can add some extra clutter up there. We could also move this bathtub up and fit some torches behind. And then we could also hang a towel right there. Ooh, wait, this is so pretty. I'm gonna also bring in those curtains we were using. This window can get a smaller curtain like the bistro curtain. We can add a bath mat. We can stock this up with some toilet paper. And then I just need a mirror for above the sink. How about this one here from Lovestruck? We can add in some robes. And then on top of there, I think I'm gonna add this artwork from Paranormal. This bathroom ended up so pretty. There's a lot in here. I love this shower idea. I need to remember to do that more often. There's a good amount of detail in this room without it looking too crammed, especially with this being a full set bathroom with a walk-in shower. And that concludes us building our gothic romantic apartment in all white. I'm super happy with this renovation. Let me know what you guys think. And again, I have a whole series of this kind of build challenge, so I'll link those in the comment section and in the description down below. And of course, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.